Alright, everybody. It's been a long time since I created a video on YouTube. I'm not going to lie to you. But I'm going to bring you a quick, to the point, simple, easy to understand tutorial on how to build things in the DayZ editor and get them into your servers on console, whether that be Xbox One, Series SX, PS4, PS5, doesn't matter. It's the same way for everything. So let's go ahead and open the editor. If you don't know how to do it, you have to have... Wow, that camera is ridiculous. You have to you have to buy DayZ on PC, on Steam, and then you have to search through the workshop to find editor, download everything that the editor requires, and then relaunch DayZ, and then you should be able to open up the DayZ launcher. You'll find, the editor and everything. Very simple process, just follow the steps. So we're going to go ahead and open editor. We're going to click on Trinaris Plus because we're on Trinaris, we're not on Livonia. It would say Enoch otherwise if you're doing Livonia. I mean, it's the same process anyways, it's just different names. So we're not really worried about that. Alright, so now that we're spawned in, let's say we want to do, let's see, where are we? Near radio, so let's go ahead and spawn something at northwest, okay? I'm pressing the up arrow and the shift key to move faster. Let's say we want to place something, let's say we want to go to the north side. I feel like that'd be a good spot for a test location. So let's say we want to place a building here, okay? Let's do a school. How about that? We could do a school, right? Land City School. Yeah. That seems about right. So let's go ahead and place a school. Okay. So we can actually move this around with the mouse wheel, right? This is going to be the front of the school. So let's say we want to place this school right here. Right smack dab in the center. At first you're going to look at it and be like, well, that doesn't work. That's floating on the ground. You are definitely right about that, but we can and we will fix that. Because you see that little blue box right there? That is how we're going to control it. Go ahead and click on properties. You're looking for the Y position. You can use your mouse wheel to scroll it up and down, and all you have to do is hover over it. You don't. As soon as you stop hovering, it stops going. So let's move that back down to there. Alright, so if you press and hold the shift key while you're doing that, it lowers it down slower or raises it up slower. We're just going to go ahead and lay it on the ground. About as simple as that. It looks like it's just slightly off the ground, just a tiny little bit, so let's go ahead and fix that up. We're going to lower it down just a little bit more. There we go. Alright. Bam. Now we have this object placed in this world. It's perfectly flat and leveled out with the ground. And let's say, let's do some shits and giggles right here. Let's go ahead and place a wrecked vehicle on top of the school. So we'll search for wreck. Let's do the first one, a wrecked US. Now, you're probably like, TL, bro, that shit is not going to work. It will, and I promise, because what we're going to do is we're going to get it flat and level with the school. Okay. We're just going to have it under. We're going to go ahead and place it. Now, it's in here, in the gymnasium, under the floor. Now, that's just simply not going to do, right? Well, we've got our Y coordinate movement, right? We can move it up any way we want. So let's go ahead and continue to drag this thing up here. Move it up slowly. You can see it start coming up from the ground. And we want to lay it down on the roof. Well, would you look at that? Now there's a wrecked US on top of the school. Okay. Now let's say we want stairs for easy access to the rooftop. Right? Let's type in stairs. And let's look for some stairs that we could use. Are these sidewalk stairs tall enough? They are not. Most certainly not. However, what we can do is we can make this flush and even. Flush it. There we go. And then we're going to use our little raising cheat to raise it up We're going to raise it up right to where it crests the, well, I just duplicated that. Let me not do that. We're going to raise it up just a little more until it crests that little top right there to where it's a nice, smooth, even transition. And then we can, let's get right above it here. We want to make sure that this is fluid and flush and no mistakes. So we're going to get right above it. We're going to go ahead and duplicate it. It's going to reset its distance for this second one. We're just going to get this one right under this. Okay. I'm going to line it up to where it looks even and straight. And then we are going to raise this one up to match that. Okay. And then, yeah, we might as well do it a third time just because we want to make it easy for people to get to. So let's say we want to do it like that, right? That looks kind of ugly. You can play around with this as much as you want to make it as neat as possible. But that's the way we're going to do it. We're going to go ahead and lower this down just a little bit. Yeah. There we go. It looks ugly, but you can, the more you learn to get with this, the easier it's going to be, the more you learn to work with the actual editor itself. Now let's say, okay, well, we've placed environmental objects. What about spawnable objects? What about things we want to spawn in the world that we can actually use, i.e. guns? Well, let's look for an MP5, for example. Be careful about pressing the M. It'll open up the map. Just click off of that and hit M again, and it'll go away. So don't place anything that says builder. If you have anything with builder in it, it's not going to spawn in. You have to actually choose the things that say MP5, okay? Which, for some reason, there we go, MP5K. Now, it's going to look like it's full. It's not. It's lying to you. It's just a strat. It's lying. So we're going to go ahead and press space, get our thing spawned. We're going to want this to be right up against the wall. You don't want it to clip the wall at all, because if it clips the wall, you're not going to be able to grab it. We want it to be floating off slightly, and we are going to raise it up a little bit to, you know, head height, something like that. Okay. Now we've got our MP5 spawned in. Here's a good way to test it. Move anywhere, press T, and then press home. That's going to spawn your little builder character guy over here. If you can see the object and you can grab the object, you can take the object. It's spawned in properly. So press home again. You'll see our little man there doing his thing, rocking out. We'll do the MP5 30 round mag. Sometimes this will spawn into the ground and you won't be able to see it. Don't like worry about it. Just click to place it and then use your Y tool to bring it up a little bit. So we want this MP5 mag to be right beside the MP5. We're going to go ahead and place it. We're going to raise it up right beside the MP5. Okay. Now that that's spawned in properly, you can see that everything's popped up over here that we've spawned so far, placements. Okay. You can also see your deletions if you deleted something by accident. So we're going to go ahead and click on the MP5, and you can either hit duplicate to do one, or you can press Control J to duplicate many times to where you have plenty of magazines. Just click again to get rid of them. There's a ton of MP5 mags there. The best way that we can test that is pressing home again, walking over, opening up inventory, and if you see them, that means they're spawning in properly. You can see all the MP5 mags that I placed, okay? So now that we've got that spawned in, and now that we've got everything spawned in that we want to have spawned in this area, we're going to go ahead and save the file, okay? If you want to take a screenshot here, you can press Y to remove all of the HUD elements, press space to get rid of your little cursor. You can use snippet tool or snipping tool, whatever you like to use, to capture what you need. So press Y whenever you're ready to save everything. We're going to hit File. We're going to hit Save As, okay? Let's save this as School at North, okay? We're not doing anything else with this file. We're simply saving it. That way, if you ever want to edit it again, you can open it up in the editor as that. So, like, let's say I want to open one of my other... So this is one of my other things. It's probably going to move me over there. Yeah. So this is one of my paintball fields that I created. That's what it's going to open. But if we go over here, you can already tell... Oh, Damn, I didn't realize I could do that. Okay, I'm learning stuff new every day. So you can see our school is not there. Okay. Now what we can do, file, open, school north, and it will spawn it in just like it was the last time with everything else in it. It saves everything. So once we're ready to export it, we're going to go to export. You only need map group position and object spawner. Those are the only two files you need. You don't need to worry about none of that. None of it. None at all. Okay. Events, I would assume, is for like actual vehicles and stuff, to have vehicles spawn in properly, but we're not worried about that right now. We're just worried about the map group position. Let's go ahead and rename this, or we're going to name this as school at north. And then we'll do map. That way, map group pos, map, you won't get confused. So we're going to export it. You'll hear the little audio cue. Then we're going to export object spawner. This is for the weapons and the everything. It tells the position of where everything is going to spawn in at. So we're going to do school at north spawn. Okay. Now that we've got that saved, this is fully exported, we can exit the editor. We've already got everything that we want to spawn in. We're going to go ahead and exit. Alright, now we're going to open Notepad++, because this is the file editor that I like to use because it color codes stuff. And we're going to go ahead and open the only one we need. So if you have DayZ installed on your C drive, just go to this computer window, or no, you don't even need to worry about all that. You can literally just go up under Quick Access, look at your documents, and DayZ should be here. Look at Editor, and you will find all of your stuff. So the one that we need is the XML document, the map document. That's what we need. We don't need anything else. So go ahead and open that up, and that's going to pull up this code. Now, the next step is we're going to go ahead and open our server. This is our server here. I've already hit stop so that I don't have to worry about it. The server is not online currently because I pressed stop. And when you first get into it, you're not going to see all this. You're going to see this right here, the dashboard or whatever. See, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to File Browser. And then you're going to look at DayZ missions. You're going to look at Chernaris Plus if you're playing on Chernaris, or you're going to do Enoch if you're playing on Livonia. That's why I was saying that the name matters. And the only file we need out of all of these right now is mapgroupposition.xml. Okay, you can't click on it to edit it in the browser, so that's why we're going to download it. You'll see that it's up here in our downloads folder. Now we're going to go to our Notepad++. We're going to open up the file that we just downloaded. So map group position, open it up. Now yours is not going to look like this. This is the stuff that that's the paintball field that I had showed you previously, but yours is going to have like a CBOF, whatever it's called. That's Battlezone map. Yours is going to look like this, CFOB, up at the top. But we're just going to pretend that CFOB is this. So go ahead and make yourself some space. You're going to need some room. We're going to make a note for ourselves. This green code that I'm placing does not get read by the server. So it's the little greater than symbol. Then we're going to do exclamation mark dash dash. We'll do school at north, and then dash dash close bracket. There we go. And then we're going to hit enter. We've given ourselves some space now to work with. Okay. Now that we've got that, this is our actual document that is reading where things are going to spawn on our server. We're going to go ahead and pull up the one that we saved. You're going to copy it from bracket to bracket. Okay, so this whole thing. Don't worry about the map thing. Don't worry about those. You just want what's in between the maps. So we're going to hit copy, map group position, paste. That simple. You can delete these extra spaces if you want to. It's really up to you. And then we're going to hit save. Okay. Now, this actually saves this document in the downloads folder. This is now the updated one. It saves it. So now that we've got that done, we can go ahead and close that out. And then we can upload the file that we just edited. Alright, and it'll bring me back up to the top here once it's done. Now, here's where it gets tricky, okay? So you're going to want to go into your custom folder at the very top. This is where you're going to implement that JSON that we had created, the object spawner. You can see where all of my other spawner objects are. We're going to hit upload file. We're going to go back to documents, DayZ, editor, and then we're going to find our schoolatnorth.json, the spawn one. And we're going to open it up. And this is going to upload this file here. Okay? Once we've done that, we don't need to do anything else for this. That file is now officially done with. Now we're going to go back to our DayZ offline Turnerus Plus. We're going to look for two files here. We're looking at cfggameplay.json and we're looking at Chernaru cfggameplay.json. These are essentially the same file, and we need to copy from what we do in here to what we do in here. They need to be the same. So let's go ahead and open this up in the browser. You don't need to open it in Notepad++. You can if you want, and you would just upload it the same way you did the map group position. So right here, you can see all of my custom stuff. Yours is not going to have this. Yours is going to be blank. It's going to be 2 quotation marks. You'll just do whatever in between those quotations. But since I already have something in here, we're going to do comma, space, quotations. We're going to do custom / because that's telling it what folder to read it out of. Now, here's where we need to figure out what our file name is. So, go back into here. We're looking for the spawn JSON. So, not paintball field, school at north spawn. So, it's all lowercase, school at north spawn.json. Okay? So, we're in our little custom file here. Let me move this over. We're going to do school at north spawn.json. And then we're going to do quotation marks. And then what we can do from here is from this quotation to this quotation. We can copy. We're going to save changes. We're going to go back to that folder and we're going to look for the Chernaru gameplay. Click on that one. And then bam. We can literally just click right in that empty space between the quotations and the bracket and then paste. And everything looks properly. It looks like it spawned in properly. So we're going to hit save changes. And bam. Now, after that is done, you're going to want to go back here. And everything should be done. Those items should be spawned into your server. Now, I'm going to show you how it looks on my server, but it's going to be on my phone because I don't have a capture card at the current moment. But I will be able to show you guys that it spawned in properly. So let's go ahead and hit start on our server. It's going to ask you if you're sure you want to run the command. Hit yeah. And now it's restarting the server. Now I will get back to you guys as soon as the server is done restarting. Okay, so the server is back up. We're going to go down to where our server actually is, and we're going to go ahead and load in. Alright, so I'm going to be able to show you guys exactly where this item spawned in the way that it's supposed to. Alright, so we spawned in. This is some of the other objects that I have in here. We're not going to worry about those. What we're worried about is the school at north. That is what we placed. That is where we're going. And as you can see off in the distance, you can see the school is already there. So I'm going to cut this video whenever we get, or I'm going to cut the video and get back to you guys whenever we get right up to it, okay? Alright, we are officially over here at North Side where we spawned our custom school, okay? So you can see the stairs that we spawned in looking janky as ever. Which, I mean, it is what it is, like I said. It is what it is. We're interested to see the MP5 and the magazine spawn. Like I said, the MP5 is going to be base. If you want any of the actual objects, you're going to have to spawn those objects in. You can literally just take the MP5 mags. Let's just take all of them. The guns work perfectly and they function the way that they're supposed to. They function just like any other regular gun. And then we're going to head over to the stairs. We're going to check to make sure that the US spawned in like it was supposed to. And we're going to check to make sure that the stairs work properly. So to me, that looks like the stairs work pretty properly. I'm not going to lie to you. And then you can see our US spawned in at the top where we expected it to. Jump. Hopefully not break my legs in the process. And then we're going to climb up the ladder to go and look at the US. Bam. And just like that, you have spawned in an item into your actual server that you are going to use from now until, I guess whenever you decide to take it away. So, I will see you guys in the next video.